So in this video, you're gonna learn how to draw Rock Leone from Beyblade. So before I start, let me just say that you can help this channel to grow by subscribing to this channel and watching my other videos and liking them. Okay, so don't click off just yet. Watch this video too, and please help by subscribing to my channel. Okay. Yes, okay. I know when you're looking at this, it seems a little bit messy and you're wondering what is this. So I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, so if you haven't watched my previous video, okay, it's going to be right at the end, so watch this video first. I'm going to explain a little bit, but you can watch my previous video. That's actually the video where I explain a lot about this method, the dot method. Okay, supposedly I can't find it on Google. I can't find the name of the method, the actual method on Google. So either I kind of created this method, or there's some other name that I just don't know of. Okay, so yeah, at the end of the video, the end card is going to show that video. That's the video that's going to explain the whole why there's so many dots on the screen. Okay, but for now I'm just going to explain it briefly. Okay, so right here, this is the actual outline, okay, of what I've drawn, and this right here, okay, it's actually the guides. Okay, so I know looking over here, there's a lot of CS and there's a lot of dots. So yeah, I'm going to explain it. Okay, so normally I'll also be teaching how to do, I'll be using this method from now on. Okay, so first, let's see where should we start off with. So you should start off with the dots. Okay, why are there so many dots all around the place? Okay, now this is gonna be a little bit hard to keep track of, but I would recommend you to get a pencil, or yeah, get a piece of paper, a pencil, and just keep track. Okay, for example, okay, when I did this, of course I did not have this at all. It was done blank like this. Okay, so that's why when you're looking at all the dots over here, you can either have a pencil and do it on paper, but if you want you can, but not really. Okay, so what you're gonna do, it's basically a very simple thing. Okay, so with all the dots over here, you're basically going to have letters. Okay, try to make it a different color. Like for example, outline will be definitely drawn in black, so I've drawn in blue this little S and C. So again, watch my previous video, I explained that a lot, but just to let you know that C stands for curve and S stands for straight, as in like a straight line or a curved line. Okay, so okay, let's see. For example, okay, let's see. For example, okay, for example, over here, so from here to here, okay, let me just set it. Let me create another layer. Okay, so for example, from here to here, it's a curved line, right? So it's supposedly going to be curved, so straight line. Okay, so let me show you guys the curve. Okay, so this is a curved line. Okay, whereas a straight line would more or less be something like this. Okay, so now, okay, I know how am I going to tell whether is it okay, like for example, is it going to be as curvy as this, how am I going to tell how curved it's supposed to be? So that's why in the previous video I kind of mentioned that since we're doing reference drawing, right, so keep some form of reference. For example, from your phone you have the image of Rock Leone and you're going to try and draw it, right? so have some sort of reference around, and that way you'll know somewhat of a point. And also the kind of easier way is that when you have plotted the points over here, okay, first look at the reference image and second guess, would you like it to be super curved, for example like this? Would you like it to be a not so curved but slightly curved, supposed to be something like this? Or would you like it to be a medium curve like this? So ask yourself these questions. Of course, if you can't see, then I would recommend you to give it a try, so trial and error. But yeah, that's it. So again, I would just like to say, please watch the previous video. It's going to be at the end screen, the end card. I've placed the video right there, so please check it out. Okay, now so first of all, I won't be needing this because I'll be showing you guys how to do this layer. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to go on to this layer. Alright, okay, so first before even you start off, okay, think about what you're drawing first. Okay, so right now I'm drawing Rock Leone. It's supposedly a lion. Yeah, it's a lion. Okay, so right here I've kind of done somewhat of a rookie mistake. Okay, because I myself kept saying that think about what I'm drawing, but right here I've made a mistake because tigers, lions, actually tigers too, leopards, beasts are supposed to have sharp teeth. Okay, so that's one mistake I made. So it's supposed to be something like this, okay, sharp teeth like this. So basically it's gonna be pointy. Okay, you can even make it curved. Okay, yeah, actually it's no problem making it curved. So for example like this, or okay, so something like this. Okay, but of course it's going to be bigger. Okay, so that's why usually when I'm doing my drawings, I'm not that good with drawing on the spot. So that's why I take my time, I do my dot method, and then I post out the video. Okay, so I want to show you it. Okay, so first do not use a normal pencil. Okay, don't use this kind of size. I would just recommend you use the paintbrush. Okay, if you guys want to see what's the size, with size 3.8, just make it black. Okay, we don't need a different color right now. I mean, if you want a different color, then yeah, sure, I mean, go ahead. So okay, first the lion, just okay, let's talk about it first. Okay, let me just okay, let me just increase this. Okay, so first let's talk about what's going on over here. Okay, now basically this part right here, it's more towards like a crown, a trophy. I mean, no, more towards a crown. Okay, because it's like the king, the wild king of beasts. Okay, that's it. That's the famous phrase that the owner of this bay always used, wild king of beasts, something like that. Okay, but the key word we are looking for is king, so that's why it is crown over here. Of course, you know, lions, tigers, whatever, they have their mane. Okay, you know, the long, their hair. Okay, basically on the back of the neck, the mane. Okay, check it out if you don't know it. So this whole part right here, okay, the whole thing, so mostly everything, this majority of the part, it's basically its mane. Okay, so of course we have its crown. Now we have the head. Okay, we can't forget about that. That's one of the most important things. And over here we have L-E-O. L-E-O-N-E, that's Leone. So the first three letters, so L-E-O. And of course the famous star. Okay, so total we've divided it into 1, its main area down here, 2 the crown, 3 is its head, and 4 is going to be Leo, which is basically kind of like a short form of Leone. Okay, so I'm going to remove all this. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the paintbrush and we're going to start. Okay, so first of course I always recommend you to start off with sort of the highest point over here. So let me just go back to the layer. Alright, so I always recommend you to start off with the highest point over here. So start with the tip of the crown over here. Okay, let's make it over here. Now it's going to go down, so you can make a point over here. Okay, going to go down a little bit, then it's going to go like this. Going to go up, it's going to curve down a little bit. I'm going to over here, it's going to curve down. Going to go up. Now don't worry whether is it straight line or curved line. Okay, let's say this part over here, right? One hair main over here. Once we reach this point right here, of course we don't have it because we don't have any outline or anything, but once we reach right somewhere around over here, then we'll go back and we'll write down whether is it going to be a curved or straight. Okay, so over here it's going to be, okay, straight line. So it's going to curve down. Okay, we're going to make a point over here because it's curving down this way. Then it's going to curve up. Okay, now I'm going to curve down like this at this point right here. So a curve down, a slightly curved, and a large curve. Okay, don't worry about the lines, I'll show you how to draw it later. Okay, now a straight line, we're going to go somewhere around over here. Okay, next is going to go up over here, it's curved, and over here. Okay, now let's go to a different color. For me I chose blue because I like blue, so but for you, I can choose any color you like. Okay, now over here is going to be S. Okay, no, I'm going to use a different, I'm going to use this. Okay, now over here is going to be S. Okay, next over here you can either consider it to be an S or you can consider it to be a curve. Okay, it's completely up to you. I would of course prefer you to have a curved. Okay, next over here is going to be straight. This is going to be slightly curved, 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 straight, curved, 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 and curved. Now okay, note that for most of my drawings, actually maybe I think for all, they're going to be mainly curves and a little bit of straight, because curves are, well, basically very important, so there are a lot of them. Yeah, of course there are a few straight lines here and there, but not as much as curves. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Okay, okay, so we're going to continue with the crown part. Okay, let's not go on to the head. So once we're done with the crown, okay, basically this one, we'll go down to the head. Okay, and then we'll do the same process. You're going to be curved or is it going to be straight? Okay, that's basically the whole process for this video. Over here it's going to be curved, this is going to be a little bit of a straight line, straight, curved, curved, straight, and curved. Now I know this is a really bit weird, but it's supposed to be a curved line like this, not supposed to be wiggle. Okay, so now we're gonna return back to the same process again. Okay, now over here it's gonna be curved. Now you can even write down on wherever you feel like. So in between these two, you can just write it down, okay? Because when you're doing the actual drawing, you'll be switching to another layer, okay? This is just your guides layer. So going down is going to be straight, straight, curved, curved, straight, and curved. Okay, okay. Now if at this point you're getting a little bit overwhelmed with so many dots and all that, you can actually start to draw first. Okay, so for example, if you're seeing there's too many dots and you have no idea anymore what to do, you can actually start to draw. Or for example, this curve over here, right, you can actually mark it down. Okay, over here you can give yourself some bonuses. Okay, so maybe this curve over here. Okay, maybe put another dot down here. So of course you can put in a different color dot. So okay, for example, you guys know when you're doing graph drawings, right? Did your teachers ever tell you to, okay, I know some of you haven't even learned about graphs, but for those of you who have learned, okay, when you're plotting a graph, normally your teachers would actually tell you to kind of like plot a point in the middle, right? So for example, you're given the table of values, and in between, for example, x is 0, 0 and 1, so you find out the value of maybe 0.5x, and then you substitute the value and all that. Same thing, okay? For example, this is a curved, okay, maybe x1, sorry, x0 goes down, maybe x1, so this x 0.5, something like that. Okay, for those who have no idea what I'm talking about, do let me know in the comments down below, and I'll make a tutorial video again. So yeah, it's going to be the second video of how I draw. Okay, alright, so basically I put like check marks like this, okay, to pass through. Now if you're going to draw a curved line, okay, make sure that make sure that it isn't like this. For if it's going to be at the same level, okay, what you're going to think, I can guarantee you that what you're going to think is basically it isn't a straight line like this, but basically you just tilted your ruler a little bit at a different degree. Okay, so it's not going to be curved, it's going to be a straight but tilted line. Okay, so for example, this line is going to be higher, so you're going to put maybe the maximum point maybe somewhere about over here, so that later when you're coming back, you know, oh okay, it's supposed to be like this. You understand? So for example, over here it's a bit wrong, it could be somewhere about over here. Okay, so maybe I'm bringing it up, I'll just make it a little bit higher. Okay, so yeah, now okay, once you're done with this, okay, once you're happy with this, you basically, you can either draw a little bit first so that you don't feel too overwhelmed, or you can just continue on. So I'm going to set the color down to black, or if you guys feel that it's too confusing, you can use a different color for different parts. So for example, the mane, you can use maybe black color dots. For the head, maybe you can use yellow color. Maybe for the crown, you can use green color, and for the letters you can use red color, something like that. Okay, just make sure that you don't get too confused. Now when doing the head, okay, we're going to start off from here first. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit of a straight line. Okay, we're going to curve, Okay, so it's going to curve down over here. Okay, now over here is curved. Okay, it stops over here, so they curved, and over here is going to be a straight line over here, curved, and it curves back up. Over here it's going to be a curved line over here, straight line up, curved back down, up, curve upwards, bring it down. Okay, this one can either be a straight line or it can just be a slight curve, but I mean you can just make it a straight line, okay, because the curve is going to be barely noticeable. Okay, now from this point over here you can either, okay, so of course we're going to be doing the head first, so I'm going to bring it up. Okay, let me just, okay, it's over here actually. So over here you're going to curve. Okay, so you're going to make a curve like this. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to go down. Now this one's going to be a curve too. Okay, you're going to curve it like this. Okay, now over here is going to be a straight line to over here. Okay, then you're going to bring it up, curve like this. A straight line over here, just a short one. You are going to curve it upwards again. Okay, then a straight line over here. You're going to bring it down over here, straight line, a curved part over here, bring it down over here. This is going to be curved, straight line, curved, curved, straight line, straight line, straight line. Now this one's going to be curved and this one's going to be a straight line, and over here is going to be a straight, okay, it's going to be a bit curved and straight line. This part is basically just like this. Okay, now we're going to go back again and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so I am going to make it back to blue. Okay, now we're gonna do everything again. Okay, so we go back to this point over here. Okay, now, okay, this point I'm having a bit of an argument. Okay, it can either be a straight line or a curved line. Okay, so I'm gonna put straight first. Okay, next is gonna be a curved, straight. It's gonna be curved. You can actually write in over here like this, doesn't matter, curved. Okay, so straight, curved. This one can be a little bit, okay, this one will still be straight, then straight. It's gonna be curved over here, then curved. This could be either a straight or a curve, it depends, up to you, but it can just be a straight. Okay, no problem for that. Now over here, this part, okay, now towards over here, actually what you can do, sorry, my mistake, okay, so over here is going to be a straight line, right? Now over here is going to be a little bit upwards. come on. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit downward first. Okay, now it's gonna go up like this. Okay, so I'm just erase this. Okay, so we can go down a little bit. Okay, maybe over here, and you can bring it up, because when this point, when it goes down over here, it will go down a bit slightly more, and it will continue to do on the rest of the main over here. Okay, so up to you, or you can do like what the outline just says. You stop at this point over here and you make a curve. Okay, completely up to you. You can just bring it down slightly even more. That will help for the future part. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, alright, now I'm gonna come back again. So over here, this part is gonna be curved. I'm gonna write a C like this because it's quite small, so we're gonna put a curve so we know that everything's supposed to be curved. Now this part, it can either be a curve or a straight line. Still gonna be straight. This we could have it curved a little bit, curved, straight, curved, 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 straight, straight. This part's gonna be straight too. Curve, curve, straight. Now again, for just small parts over here, I'm just going to write a C on the outside. Okay, now over here, if you're going to curve, okay, I'm not saying that doing a curve is wrong. If you're going to do a curve, I would suggest a slight curve. Okay, but of course you can still just make it straight. Now over here, this part is going to be slightly curved. This part is going to be curved too, because actually they're connecting. Now over here, you can have it either a slight curve or a tilted straight line. Again, suggest a curve. Okay, and over here is going to be straight. Alright. Okay, I know this will be messy first, so if you want to start to draw, okay, with all your dotted lines, you can actually just start to draw them first. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to move on to this part. Okay, the second part of the main. Now of course, because you know the lion's mane is quite long, it's quite big, so that's why it's 1, 2, I guess this part over here, exception of this part, maybe this part it could be a number 3. Okay, so and I'm going to go back to black color again. Okay, now over here, okay, oops. Okay, so just leave a just leave a small space in between. Okay, you're not going to leave a space somewhat let's say you're not going to leave such a big gap over here. Okay, just a small. space in between, okay, in between the head too. So that's why I say do the head first, because especially this point over here because connected to this part. But okay, do not just do the main straight away, because if you do it again, if you do it too big, your head is going to be too small, and if the crown you do it too big, then it's going to have a little bit of it's going to look a little bit weird because it's not towards the proportion. Okay, so there's something called a size proportion. So for example, if you're drawing a cartoon figure, right, draw a cartoon figure with a big head but a small body, a small neck, a small torso, looks weird. Okay, so proportion is quite important. Okay, now over here, okay, now I know this outline over here looks a little bit like wobbly, but actually it's supposed to be kind of like a straight line down here, or at least you could just make it a little curve like this. Okay, and I'm going to curve it down. Okay, so when you curve it down, you're going to have another slight curve. Okay, this curve is going to connect over here. Okay, now from this point it's going to make a kind of like a U shape, and you're going to bring it up. So it's going to make a slight curve, and it's going to curve downwards in this manner. Now and over here, okay, this is kind of like interesting part. Okay, now when you're curving it down over here, right, you got these two dots in between, you can actually make a kind of like somewhere in, no, not really in between, like I would say maybe about 1/4, yeah, about there, give or take. So basically you're going to draw it over here, so you're going to have 3 dots, right? So from the first to the second dot, you're basically going to create a curve. Now from the second to the third dot, you're going to create more towards like a straight line. Okay, but again, if you don't want to do it, I won't force you. This part over here is actually more towards a curve in one rotation and a counter rotation over here. Okay, now there are so many other kind of designs, okay, but that's something you know what you can do. So you can either draw a curved and then a straight line down, a straight line up over here, or you can just do a counter curve. Now from this point over here, okay, you're gonna bring it up, okay, to somewhere in the middle of these 2 points over here. You're gonna bring it up, okay, it's still gonna be curved. Okay, not gonna be a straight line, it's gonna be slightly curved. We're gonna curve it up like this. Okay, so it's going to curve, and at around here, this point is going to counter curve, and it's going to bring it up, and that's it. You're done with the second main. Okay, now again, what I'm going to do, so I start at this point. Okay, so this part over here, it can, I mean, you can either have it as a straight line, so you don't have this point over. You can either have it as a straight line, or recommended a curved line. I'm going straight. Okay, actually this are going to kind of connect it, so it can be like a straight line. Okay, for example, you know when every curve there's a path like a straight line, so there will curve. So that's basically what this part is, and then a curve, so the outside straight line is kind of like a curve. Alright, Now you're gonna move on to the third part of the main. Okay, so there are kind of like three parts of it. Now I'm gonna set it back to black again. Okay, so again, leave a small space. Okay, don't leave such a big space. Again, it kind of depends on your canvas size, because if it's very big, then you can draw bigger, but the gap in between shouldn't be too big. Okay, it should still be kept as minimal as possible. Of course, maybe, you know, don't draw it something like this, only leaving this much of space left. Okay, no, a certain reasonable amount of gap. Okay, so from this point over here, okay, the tip over here, the end, I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, you are gonna curve over here. Okay, you're gonna bring it over here like this, and you're gonna curve it up. Now you got another tip point over here, you're gonna bring it down. Okay, straight line. I'm gonna make a curve. Let's maybe stop over here. Another one more curve. Well, okay, actually this curve is supposed to be kind of like connected, but in case, just in case, okay, this more towards in case that your curve ruler or whatever guides in computer or tablet that you're using, you can't actually bring it down to this level of curve, you can't make it this curvy, then yeah, plot a point in between. You're gonna curve it down first, and you're gonna try and connect it and curve it down. Now of course, when you know you're curving 2 points separately, there's gonna be a little bit of disturbance, a part basically at the middle point over here, because when you're connecting, it's more towards like two lines, so they're going to look like you can actually see that they're separated. So you're going to use an eraser, you're going to erase the point, and you're going to try and curve it freehand. Okay, so over here is going to be a curve. Can't gonna make it a straight line or a curve, but again a straight line because of this point right here. But this point makes it a curve over here. Okay, so, and yeah, we're gonna bring it up. Okay, now again I'm gonna change it back to blue. Okay, so over here is gonna be curved. Yep. Okay, let's not talk about okay, wait, okay, let's just do this part first. Okay, next we're going to move on to the, once we're done, then we're going to move on to the bottom part. The bottom part is basically means that we're coming to the end, because the bottom part is where we go on to the fourth part already. So we're going on to the letters LEO, then basically going to do this part, the outer line, which is quite simple because it's simply just 3 big curves, and that's it. Yeah, okay, and then we're gonna skip forward to where all the lines are drawn. Okay, so now over here, okay, so we're gonna curved again. This could still be a curve, or if you want, you can still make it a straight line, but of course curve is recommended. Curve. Now this is gonna be a straight line, curved. Now basically, once you have the dots, okay, and we have actually been following through this nicely, once you're doing the whole drawing, it should be very easy for you. Okay, now when I'm putting the C over here, right, because of this point right here, it will kind of like overlap. So for example, this C, am I referring to this? If I put a C over here, and that might be a bit too confusing, so I'm just going to put it in over here. Okay, so now 2 choices you have. Okay, you can either start off with this point over here, you continue to go down, which is why it's supposed to connect it over here. Okay, you do the whole outline and come back inside, or from over here. Okay, this point over here, you have somewhat of a guide over here. You kind of do the inside, or for example over here, once the two lines are connected, this point over here, you do the inside. Now for me, of course, I'll always be doing the outer part, so that okay, because if I do the inside part, once again, I don't want it to be the inside is too large, and subsequently I can't do this part over here. Okay, so I'll be doing, okay, I'll be just starting off with this point over here. Okay, let's switch it back to black. Now okay, when you're doing this, you don't have to switch it exactly to black. Okay, you can maybe switch it to gray or something. Okay, as long as it's different from this wordings. So for example, the wording is going to be blue in color, but for example, okay, see, the wordings here looks darker, here looks lighter. Doesn't matter as long as you can read it. Okay, now always going to be curved, so the curved like this. Okay, so we'll be doing the outer part first. Okay, so if you're going to go on this way, it will connect on to the letter E. Okay, so what we're going to do is that from this point, okay, supposed to be down here actually, so making a curve. Okay, never mind, it's a little bit of an arrow down here, but it's okay, no problem. Okay, now from over here, you're going to draw a curve downwards. Okay, you're going to keep on drawing. Can adding the guide maybe over here, somewhere in half point. Okay, next again doing this. Okay, not that okay, this was going to be the biggest, this was going to be like a small, and again they're not going to be the same length. Okay, as for this two, but this is no, this is going to be the biggest curve in terms of like length. Okay, and yeah, okay, now going to curve it upwards. Okay, from over here to over. Okay, so basically from this point over here, the tip point, you're gonna bring it up a curve. Okay, you're gonna bring it up again. If you want to get us at the end, a curve. Actually, this whole point, it's supposed to be one curve. So I mean, yeah, okay. Next over here is going to be curving upwards. Okay, not to this point, to this point. Okay, so it's going to curve upwards like this. Alright, so almost done. Okay, you're very close to completing it. Okay, so this part I haven't done yet. Now over here gonna be a C. Okay, now you notice that actually right here, what you can do is simply just write out a big C, so basically you know that everything's supposed to be curved. Okay, I know the one that I actually showed you the very first time. Okay, I know I wrote down a C for everything, but what you can do is just write down a big C. Okay, next over here gonna be a C. Now if you really want to know which points we're connected, because okay, these 2 points, they're kind of close, right? So you can just put in a blue part and a blue part over here, so you know that okay, these two are supposed to connect together and not these two. Okay, now you're done with the outer part already. Okay, next the inner part. Okay, so we're gonna go back again. Now okay, once I'm done with this, once after I draw the lines and everything, if it doesn't appear to be so accurate, so imagine that you watch the anime and you're comparing it for accuracy. If you don't find it too accurate, of course it won't be that accurate, because I mean, it's a replica. Yes, I'm trying to replicate it, but I'm not that accurate. I'm not a robot. I can't make it so accurate. Okay, so from this point over here, the U shape, we're gonna curve it up, curve it down, a straight line over here. So we're doing actually the letter E first. Okay, you know, so I'll do this. Okay, so okay, done. Alright, like this. Okay, so curved. Or you can do a straight line, but I recommend a little bit of a curve. Okay, next over here, this part's going to be a curve, a straight line, okay, a curve, curve down. Now actually, because since we're using the dots, right, okay, and they're quite big, so you don't actually need the ruler for this, okay, because you can see that whether they're aligning or not. Okay, so yeah, if you're using the dot method, it kind of like eliminates the use of a ruler. But of course, you know, for such a big thing, if you really want to measure, then yeah, go ahead. But luckily for this, I checked from the reference image, it's not actually supposed to be at the same level. So now this one is going to bring it down, curved, a curved point over here. So actually it's more towards like a curved over here and somewhat straight over here. Okay, curved. Now this was kind of interesting. Okay, it came to me. Okay, so this was gonna be curved, but this part is straight and curved again. So yeah. Okay, now bear me. Okay, I know there's quite a lot of dots we've done, and we're not doing the letters yet, but it's quite close to finishing. Okay, because we're gonna connect it over here. Okay, we're going to do this part first. The L, it's okay, we can still leave it, because once again we've already plotted the points for the outline. So yeah, and over here, okay, the curve point over here connects on to the letter E, so we more or less figure out at which points it's going to be. Okay, so over here it's going to have a slight curve. Okay, curved again, and it's going to curve like this. Again, if you're having trouble recognizing like how's the curve gonna be, always look at your reference image. Okay, now this is gonna curve like this. Okay, now for circular and oval shapes, okay, usually it's going to represent it using 4 dots. Okay, so 4 dots were basically connected to make it into a circle or an oval, depending. Okay, now the star, it's iconic part 2. Okay, so point 1 up. Okay, there's a reason why this O is so big. Okay, so give as much space as you want for your star. Of course, don't make it this big. And no, there you go now. So no, okay, not too big. Goes down. Okay, this is basically gonna be all be straight lines. Okay, because stars, okay, there are no stars with curves, so this part's already been done wrong. Okay, so it's supposed to be straight lines. Now for example, straight lines we use a ruler, right? But because over here you can see there's such big dots, so yeah, I guess I don't really need the ruler right now. again over here this is a mistake. This broad part over here is supposed to be like this and like this. So actually when I'm making these videos, I'm kind of like correcting my own artwork, okay, the one that I've already drawn, okay. Oops. Okay, so it goes like this, this, like this, like this, like this. So basically, no, okay. So the very first time I show you, I actually gonna put SSSSS, right? So I'm gonna save time by basically, okay, it's gonna write down S kind of times with star. So yeah. Okay, now we're gonna go. Okay, now we're gonna go through everything. Okay, so let's see. Now over here, right? Okay, so curved, straight. There's a small point over here. Curved. Okay, now sometimes you're very lucky, right? That this point is curved and this point is curved. So not much confusion right there. But sometimes, okay, when it's a curved line, maybe this curved and this is straight. For example, this line, this straight line. Imagine that it's vice versa. Okay, so yeah, sometimes we're not that lucky, but I guess this drawing is kind of lucky. So curve, this is curved, straight, curved, curved. You could call this kind of straight or curved. Okay, you can do a slightly curved. Okay, for example, this point over here is a curved line, but over here is going to be a straight line. Okay, so okay, try if that's the case, okay, maybe put a smaller C or something. Okay, try to improvise. Over here is going to be a curve. Now over here to over here is going to be curved. Actually, curve. Now I can just do this part big. For example, just be a curve. This is going to be actually a curve and a curve. This is going to be a curve. Now, for second thing, I'm going to put a okay. I could just draw it on it first. Okay, let's do something like this. Okay. So as already done everything over here. Yeah. Okay, there's one big C over here. Okay, let's put C. Yep. Okay, that's it for this point over here. Now the last part before I come to the end of the video. Okay, the letter L. So simply okay, now this letter L right there kind of look a lot like G, because okay, for example, now G is something like this. It goes up and then it goes a bit in, right? So C, but this is line up and it goes in. Now this is going to be like a C, but a line up like this. This is actually more towards like L. It's not an E. It's not a G. It's an L. So okay, I can see it because I've been looking at it for such a long time that it's been registered in my brain as L. I'm not sure for you, but yes, trust me, okay? Or trust the animators actually. So from this point to this point, it's going to be a curved. Okay, now you know this 2 points over the straight, they are actually kind of useful. Actually, the one towards the left, it's useful for drawing L2. So a small little kind of like a straight line, a tilted straight line. Okay, curve. It's a curved point over here like this, or yeah, okay, so we curved. Okay, over is going to be straight, over is going to be curved, straight, straight, and then over is going to be curved, straight up, curved. Oops. This will go a little bit below. Okay, straight. Okay, now this is going to be a gigantic curve. So if your curve ruler can do it, then yeah, that's good. Or not, you can just break it up. Okay, so we're going to curve number 1 and curve number 2, and that's it. You are done with Rock Leone. Okay, let me just add in the letters. Okay, so basically over here it's straight, curved. From this point to this point is being curved. Oops. Be curve over here, straight, curve, straight, curve, curve, and curve. Okay, so I'm going to come back with the completed outline. Okay, no worry, I'm not going to use the previous one. I'm going to use the one that I've already drawn. All the dots, I'm going to connect it. Okay, so this is going to be our artwork. Okay, so I'm back after I've already drawn over the dotted lines. So okay, I can understand that for some of you with all the dotted line it's very confusing, so I recommend that once you've done maybe for example one part of it, you draw it first. Okay, so yes, you've seen the time over here. It actually has taken me about an hour just to draw all the lines together. So yes, although it is simple, it will take a long time. Okay, so first what I want to share with you is, okay, so this was the layer that, okay, so this is the original layer, we won't need anymore. Okay, so this is the layer. Okay, this is the dotted line layer. Okay, so basically you connect all the dots together in the assigned arrangement, and you should get something like this. If it's somewhat different a little bit, it's okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so hold on, let me just so once all the dots are connected, you should have this. Okay, note that the teeth I've kind of make it a little bit sharper, okay, because it's a lion, so sharp teeth. Now on to the colors. Okay, so the colors, it's very simple. Okay, I've chosen green. Okay, you can just choose a normal bright green, or you can make it darker like this. For me, okay, let's look something like this. Okay, so you want, you can take down the colors over here. I mean, you can take down numbers. Okay, I mean, again, the app that I'm using is at the top over here, Sketchbook. So I mean, get it. So very simply, just go to this layer. Okay, now once you're happy with this, okay, you won't need this layer anymore, so you can just go ahead and delete it. Okay, so now for green in color, it's basically going to be the main thing. Okay, so the head, okay, correct, it goes down over here. Okay, that's correct. Yes. Okay, I think, yeah, okay, because there are gaps everywhere, so it's kind of a good thing. Now the crown is going to be green in color, the mane is going to be green in color. Oops, not that. Oops. Okay, so there's some gaps. Okay, remember, I'll fix this up later. And the star and this, oh okay, so good. Okay, and this part, so basically this is where the green color so base is basically the whole part. Okay, it's almost everything. So The LEO will be left as white. Okay, the star, and for E, usually when we're doing kind of like 3D or kind of like a 2D 3D kind of figure, usually E, there'll be something inside like a oval or circular shape, so that's going to be green too. The head, its crown, the mane of it, and yeah, that's it. Now for the rest, okay, it's basically simply just going to be yellow. So just go to the color spectrum over here and just choose a normal bright yellow. Don't choose a dark yellow because disgusting. Okay, so no. I mean, if you like it, then yeah, sure, but I would recommend you choose a bright yellow like this. Okay, now the eyes, and yep, that's it. So very simply, that's how you actually draw Rock Leone from Beyblade. So if you like this method, if you think it's good for you, then yes, please use it. Yeah, so coming to the end screen right now. Okay, so maybe somewhere over here you should see my channel description, I mean my channel logo here. So if you're new here, please subscribe and like this video if it teaches you how to draw this. Okay, now somewhere over here there should be the video for what I'm talking about, which should come out soon or anytime. Over here a video pop up over here, and that's the video that I would recommend you to watch, because that's the video that will actually teach you a lot about the whole dot method. It's basic mathematics. Okay, so basically the chapter that I'm using for the video over here, it's congruent and similarity. I would highly recommend you to watch it because I go through specific details. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and if this video taught you anything, like this video, and I'll see you next time.